Hey guys, how you doing? Another Waffle Bites coming at you. I am sitting here with Miss Susie Kennedy, and we invade her house every week for dinner and building a relationship with her and Brian and her kids. And we're interviewing her tonight for this Waffle Bites, and so we're just going to jump right into it. Thank you, Miss Susie, for being with us. So,
thank you, sir.
The first question.
Yes.
What do you do for a living?
I am an ER nurse.
An ER nurse here in Bakersfield.
Yes, I work at Mercy downtown.
All right. So if you ever need to be looked at by an ER nurse, you want to go to Mercy downtown. All right. So how long have you been in the first responder field?
So I started at Golden Empire in 1997. And then I went to Hall Ambulance. After that, I worked for Cal City Fire Department on the helicopter on Air 19. And then I started my career in nursing.
Awesome.
So 23 years.
So she started when she was 4.
Yes.
So she's only 27. And don't ask me how that works because I know nothing about nursing or any of those other things. All right. So 27 years.
23.
23. And how long in the ER?
That's a lot of math.
I know. And it's common
Probably
core.
Since 2015, 14, 15.
So
6 years, 7 years.
Okay. So what is the best thing? The question I gave her was, what is the best thing about being an ER nurse? But what is the best thing about being in that field of first responder?
It's an opportunity because a lot of people can't respond like that. A lot of people can't or have a hard time, driving up on an emergency or coming upon something that's, very high stress. And so it's good to be able to have the ability to have the education to drive up on that or walk up on it or whatever, and be able to take care of people and not panic and not have a hard time with it. So I think that's the best part, is be able to have that gift to take care of people.
It seems like, to me, it's like a lot of multitasking too.
It is, yes. There's a lot of...
I've been a patient, and I know I was probably a jerk, and so to deal with me and then deal with other people, and so awesome. So one last question. Look, we're only at the 2.5 minute mark. You're doing really good at this.
Yes.
So this is for anyone who watches it, obviously, but really kind of putting it out there for our Ridgeview Community Church family and those that are involved. And so being in the first responder field, being an ER nurse, what is one way that we as your family and community can come around you and pray for you? What do you think what would be the thing that stands out that we could pray about for you?
I think that in the time of COVID, I think it's been in 23 years in the medical field, COVID has been one of the hardest I've ever dealt with. And so at our peaks, we were dealing with a lot of death and a lot of sickness, and then people couldn't have their families there. And so that was really hard on everyone in the hospital and beyond the hospital. I mean, people in home health, people who are helping with therapy. It's been very difficult. And so I think that the biggest thing that anyone can do as far as praying for us is to pray for our hearts and our minds, because there's going to be an aftermath of that. There's it's really hard to deal with trying to take care of people in their last moments. And God definitely has blessed so many of us with the gift of caring for people. And at some point, if it's God's time to take them home, then they go home. But it's hard on every healthcare professional. And nurses and doctors get a lot of accolades and a lot of attention. But there's so many other people. There's lab, phlebotomists, there's radiologists or radiology technicians, and there's home health, and there's therapists, and there's so many people that are affected by caring for patients who have had COVID, and they all need a little bit of love and support and prayers for what they've been going through. So I think that's the biggest thing, just praying for their hearts and their minds and for their families as they progress and kind of go on,
Awesome.
So
awesome. Well, so you heard it here. We tend to think about first responders with the big ones, doctors, nurses, maybe paramedics out on the field, and officers, police officers, and firefighters. But as you just heard, there's a whole slew of other folks. If you think about any time that you've been had to go in for any kind of testing or anything. There's all those folks as well. And so for what it's worth, if you're watching and you're in that field of first responders and stuff, thank you very much for your service. We don't say it enough. There's not enough that we could do to show our thanks to you. And just know, as Susie is the representative for that field for us, as a Ridgeview community family, that we are lifting you up in prayer, and you and your family, and the situations that you find yourself in. So we've just been hanging out, less than 6 minutes, hanging out with my friend Miss Susie, the ER nurse, and we're gonna catch you again in a couple weeks with another Waffle Bites. Love you. Peace out. God is mad in love with you.